All Might, you'll always be the #1 hero in my book. Even though you permanently look like a walking skeleton now, I still consider you the greatest hero ever. Overall, All Might is one of the best characters I've ever seen in an anime. And even though there's so much to love about the symbol of peace, there's still a lot left unknown about who he is and where he came from. Today's video is all about All Might and a few interesting facts that you might not have known. Let's get into it. All Might on the inside may have the ultimate sense of justice and honor, making him a true symbol of peace. But let's be real, a lot of his appeal comes from his general heroic demeanor. He has the strong pose, the right color scheme, a chiseled jaw, and muscles galore. Like, we're pretty sure when he's in peak form, his muscles have muscles. And then those muscles have their own little tiny muscles who spend all their time at the gym and downing protein powder by the bucket. Yeah, he's pretty strong. The dude just looks like a hero. And his design is actually quite intentional. When All Might's creator, Kohei Horikoshi, was designing the symbol of peace, he specifically looked at classic American superheroes for inspiration to pull from. Obviously, the superhero Horikoshi drew from the most is Superman, and that makes a lot of sense given All Might's character. Both Superman and All Might have these huge, imposing figures, but always try to save people with a smile. How weird would it have been if All Might had been based on Batman instead, and the hero was just some brooding, serious, dark and gritty rich guy? Yeah, I'm convinced Superman was the way to go. There's still so much we don't know about One For All, the quirk that grants both All Might and Deku amazing abilities. But it's clear that it's probably the best quirk around if you want to become the world's greatest superhero. Like, sorry to all those wannabe heroes who are born with like a horn on the side of their head or a quirk that makes your toenails grow a little bit above average, but you'll never be a match for the One For All quirk. In the early episodes of My Hero Academia, we were shocked to learn that All Might was also a quirkless boy, but was given the quirk of One For All by his mentor, Nana Shimura. Now, of course, we've seen All Might pass down the quirk to young Deku, who's learning to harness it himself, but just where exactly does All Might sit on the list of One For All users? Well, for those of you who don't know, All Might is the 8th user of the special quirk. The really neat thing about the quirk is that it grows stronger with each generation, as every time it's passed down, it grants the user the accumulated power of all previous holders, which means that although All Might was the most powerful superhero, now that he's passed it to Deku, young Midoriya has the potential to become even stronger than All Might. There are a few big questions in life that people are going to wonder about for the rest of eternity. They include, why is the sky blue? Why does my phone display ads for products I thought about but I could have swore I never said out loud? And who would win in a fight, All Might or Superman? It's not surprising that fans would love to see these two heroes go toe-to-toe in battle. It would be truly Titan versus Titan because they each possess a similar skill set in terms of strength, speed, and flight. Would Superman prove himself to be the ultimate symbol of peace? Or would All Might United States have smashed the Kryptonian and turned him from the Man of Steel into the Boy of Rusted Aluminum? Actually, the battle might not be as close as you'd think. My Hero Academia creator Kohei Horikoshi has been asked this question constantly, and his answer might surprise you. Instead of backing his own creation, Horikoshi has confirmed that Superman would indeed win in a fight between the two. And he says it's mainly because Superman is a great range fighter as well as a close-up one, giving Superman a superior edge. Hey, at least he's honest. And let's be honest, Superman is Superman. It's no contest. It's not just Superman that creator Kohei Horikoshi took inspiration from in creating All Might. He also looked to one of the most iconic protagonists of all time. Goku is definitely the gold standard of anime heroes. He's super duper strong, and when he shows up to fight, you know everything is going to be fine. Horikoshi wanted to make the All Might character similar to that. He wanted a hero that was so powerful and so revered that when he showed up to battle, you knew that everything was going to turn out alright. He said that one specific example of this in Dragonball Z was during the Frieza arc. Goku was late to battle and everyone was afraid, but when he did finally make his grand entrance, our heroes knew instantly that the day was going to be saved. That's the type of effect Horikoshi wanted All Might to have. It's why the hero's catchphrase is, "I am here." It's not just to announce his presence in an epic way, but it's also used to tell everyone listening that because All Might is here, no one needs to worry, because evil will be defeated. So let's thank Goku, I guess, for helping create All Might. Anime is an amazing thing. I mean, I don't have to tell you that, you're watching a whole video about anime after all. But for how expansive anime has become, it's actually kind of funny when you realize most anime uses these same voice actors over and over and over again. And if you realize some connections between the Dragon Ball dub and the My Hero Academia dub, then good job, because there have been some crossovers. My favorite is the voice actor for All Might. His name is Christopher Sabbat, and he imbues All Might with just the right amount of heroics. Like, I can't imagine anyone else doing as good of a job sounding as epic and hero-like as him, which is why it's so surprising that he voices almost the exact opposite type of character in Dragon Ball. In that franchise, Sabbat voices Vegeta, and personality-wise, it's very clear the two are quite different. It just goes to show how much range and talent someone like Sabbat has. Now, if only we could get All Might and Vegeta in a room together. Quick pop quiz! What's All Might's real name? You know, I mean the one on his driver's license and the name he has to give at Starbucks while they're writing his name on a cup. That's right, but All Might isn't going as his hero name, he's just regular old Toshinori Yagi. Yes, I know it's hard to call him anything other than All Might because it's just so catchy, but there's actually some really cool factoids about his real name too. Creator Kohei Horikoshi took some great care in picking All Might's real name, and it clearly shows, with the Japanese name created with kanji used for the English words 8, tree, genius, and law. That's pretty awesome when you think about it because each of these have a specific meaning to the All Might character. 8 is pretty self-explanatory, with Toshinori being the 8th user of One for All. Tree, I'd like to believe, is representative of All Might's deeply rooted values, and then the last two, genius and law, represent All Might's heroic tendencies. All in all, it's a very strong name, and it fits with the character completely. Sometimes you just have to stick to what you believe in and hold true to your values no matter what. That's a lesson that applies to not only My Hero Academia, but also in real life as well. It's what Horikoshi had to do when he was creating My Hero Academia in the first place. Horikoshi was friends with a lot of manga artists, and that personal network is used to bounce ideas off of each other to get inspiration and feedback. For how beloved All Might is right now, it's surprising to hear that Horikoshi's friends actually disapproved of All Might's character at first. When the manga writer pitched All Might to his peers, they mocked the character for being a little bit lame and cited how no one was going to really like this big smiling hero as one of the greatest heroes of all time. Horikoshi may have been tempted to go back to the drawing board and redesign the symbol of peace, but overall he stayed true to what he thought audiences would respond to and kept All Might as is. And I think we can all agree that he made the right call. It's actually really hard to be a superhero in the My Hero Academia world. You might think there's nothing to it rather than having a cool power and then suiting up in tight spandex while searching for evildoers to pounce, but there's a whole system in place that judges a hero on all their stats and abilities. The official stat book is something that measures heroes on a 5-point scale, and it tests things like power, intellect, stamina, and speed among a variety of other things. If you're ranked 5 on a category, congratulations! You have the potential to be a really powerful superhero. If you score all 1s, well, don't quit your day job. Sometimes heroes are strong in one category while weak in others, and there are the rare heroes that could go 6 out of 5 in a certain category like Gran Torino in the speed category. But All Might is even more incredible. He scored a 6 out of 5 in every single category, so in case you didn't realize, All Might's a pretty powerful guy. He's proven time and time again that there's really nothing he can't do when he sets his mind to something. If you happened to cross All Might while he was in his human form, you probably wouldn't think much of him. In fact, you might be afraid of just how skinny and weak he actually looks and rush him to the nearest deli to buy him a sandwich. The dude could afford to put some meat on them bones, but he looks almost too weak to lift a fork by himself, let alone a big old sandwich. But of course, when he's in full hero mode, it's a different story entirely. He becomes a bulking mass of muscles that hurts your eyes just by looking at it. Yeah, he definitely didn't skip leg day. But have you ever wondered how tall All Might is and what his ultimate weight comes to? Well, look no further because I've got the answers. When All Might is hulked out, he stands at 7 feet 2 inches tall, so at that height, sure it would sting to be behind him at a concert, but also he's probably too tall to ride the Disneyland ride, so joke's on him. And he's no slouch on the weight department either, coming in at about 560 pounds. Whew. Wouldn't even have to punch me, and I'd be defeated. Now, with this title, you might expect me to say that in My Hero Academia, there's a galaxy that's just populated with an all-might race of people. Well, sorry to disappoint, but that's not the case. This is actually something that exists out in the real world. Sometimes fans want to show their love for their favorite shows and characters in unique ways, and this story might be the best example of that. There was a fan who loved All Might and My Hero Academia so much that he went out and purchased an actual galaxy on behalf of the series. So if you're ever out in outer space and find yourself cruising through Galaxy IC313, just know that you're actually flying through the All Might galaxy. How cool is that? And this fan actually went a step further as well. Instead of keeping the certificate for himself and hanging it somewhere special, the fan actually gifted the certificate to Horikoshi at one of his appearances. That's one awesome present. The last thing someone gave me was a pair of socks, while Horikoshi was given an entire galaxy with one of his most famous characters' names. I'm not jealous or anything. Well, that was a wrap on today's All Might video. What fun fact was your favorite? Let us know in the comments down below, along with any other cool things you know about the symbol of peace. Also, be sure to subscribe and hit that like button for more awesome All Might content. Thanks a lot for watching CBR.